Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. Welcome to the last day of the week, Friday, the 10th of July today. A much better day today than yesterday, guys. However, this show today is titled My Conversations with the Cult. Guys, without further ado, let's listen to this. Let me give you the context of what I'm doing today, okay? Last weekend, I joined and I saw an online texting conversation on Facebook, and then they were saying such nutty stuff, yeah, that I put in a couple of bits and pieces myself. Anyway, the conversation came off the main platform and went into direct messaging, private messaging with a couple of them. All of them as nutty as they come. So I'm going to play you some excerpts from my conversation with them. And then we're going to go to America and show you how it's the same blood, it's the same cult. And then we're going to go even further afield, that they're all in the camp of Trump. And they're all Trump cult followers. So here's the first video. And the context is this. They were saying such stupid stuff that I gave them one example alone. And that's when a lot of them shut up. And the two diehards went into direct messaging. So what I said to them was this. I said, look, at the moment, COVID is running at about 5%, 5.5%, 5.6%. But I said to them, let's just go with 5%. Yeah. Which I'm happy to even call it at 6, because when you weigh up some places, it's between, for me personally, I'd say it's between 5.5 and 5.8%, which makes it 6, closer to 6. But let's go with 5. So I said to them both, look, if when you were buying the plane ticket, the airline said to you, by the way, Miss Brown, Miss White, Miss Kelly, whatever your name is, I have to advise you that for every 100 people that get on this plane, 5 are going to die. Not that the plane will crash, but 5 people will die from something or another. When you multiply that 100 by 400 people on a plane, that means 400 people on that plane, 20 will come out dead for sure. I said, would you get on that plane? Take a look at what she answered. Would you get on that plane? That's what people don't understand. And the reason I said to watch that video is so you understand that fake news is everywhere. On this side, there's only one news. On our side of the fence, we know it's Corona. On your side of the fence is all types of news across the world.
I get what you're saying, but regardless, it's been blown out of proportion because there's like a hidden agenda behind it. I mean, you know, they want to bring in the New World Order. Wearing masks is basically like, you know, a sheep-like thing to like be, you know, let's show them who's actually going to be a good little sheep and conform and all that sort of thing, right? So at the end of the day, I refuse to wear a mask because I don't think they're healthy in the first instance. In the second, well, I know they're not healthy, and I've got people in the medical profession that have told me that they are not healthy for somebody. Okay. The next thing, it's about compliance. It's about bringing in a new world order. They're causing riots, bringing martial law, and there's a lot bigger agenda to this. Statistically wise, it hasn't killed as many people as seasonal flu each year. I mean, you know, let's get it in perspective. And if I know what I know now, none of my children have been vaccinated either. I mean, I've done my research on all of this and I know exactly what goes in them. Also, we're all a part of some sort of satanic ritual where a lot of our food has got abortus fetus cells in them and stuff because they want to involve us in that shit. So I'm very, very careful of what I eat. Actually, food is the ingredients, not the ingredients. It doesn't have ingredients. It is the ingredients. So we have to be very, very careful with that. I mean, there's a huge spiritual war going on right now. Absolutely massive. And it is light versus dark. No, there's a virus, but they've created a virus to you know, as part of their agenda for all this. Check out Agenda 21. I'm sure you know all about that. You know, you seem like an educated person.
Now, do you see how crazy that is? I mean, talking about satanic stuff. They're putting satanic material in our food to get us all to sign up to Satan. Pardon? I was confused. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Like, what has one got to, I mean, when we started talking directly, it looks like they were actually being very neutral. as much cuckoo they were on the main chat platform, when they came off, it seemed like they were actually being normal, and they went in when we went direct messaging. But however, that's just a local lady that is on my group. I blocked her. Sorry, love, but I had to. But listen to an elected official in America try to say that Jesus wearing a mask is against Jesus' beliefs. And he's an elected official, so he's a member of parliament, the English version, but in America he's a member of the House of Representatives. Take a listen to this guy's take on masks.
Ohio State Rep Nino Vitale. He first made headlines in May when he said wearing a mask would dishonor God. He still hasn't wised up, despite nearly 2 million more COVID cases in his own state going south. Now he's barking about his state's new mask mandate ordered by Governor DeWine, who you just heard from. You know he has to do it. The representative cries, quote, "Are you tired of living in a dictatorship yet? This is what happens when people go crazy and get tested. Stop getting tested. It is giving the government an excuse to claim something is happening that is not happening at the magnitude they say it is happening." What a dummy. Someone needs to give him the memo. COVID is killing us. Testing, masks, distancing, wash your hands. That's our best hope. Remember the new model trusted by the White House. If 95% of us wore masks, we could save 45,000 lives by November. Thank God he's Irish. Nino Vitale.
I'm not saying...
Couldn't be more Italian than that name.
I'm not getting in on that thing, but I mean, how... I wonder if these people work for the pretzel companies. Like, they should start a pretzel business.
Because they got it twisted.
They got it twisted, and... Well, it's religion. It's, you can't...
Can't wear a mask. You don't see one on Jesus.
I want to play all of them, not even say anything, and just let people see themselves. Just wear a mask. You got to wear a shirt.
This guy is elected an Ohio State representative?
Well, people will do anything for the job.
Is she really any different to this guy? They're like, 4,000 miles, 3,000 miles apart between, Ohio's further inland. So let's say 5,000 miles apart from each other. Completely different walks of life. Same color, they're both white. But they're following the same Jesus, Donald J. Trump. So now I'm going to go back to the young lady. She mentions they're draining the swamp. Can't you see they're arresting all these superstars? They're all pedophiles. I honestly don't know what that has to do with coronavirus, to be honest, but in her head, it's all linked. Take a listen to her. If I play this back to you 20 years from now, you will hate yourself, honestly. Who in their right minds will invent a virus and then spend billions, mash up their economies? Yeah? Boris Johnson caught it himself. Trump's son and his girlfriend have now caught it. Yeah? Why would they do that? And then they're letting you out to the pubs just so they can lock you down. Mate, oh my days, man. You don't need help.
All I'm saying is they created the virus so that they can control the masses, get everyone wearing masks to see who's going to be compliant. And then meanwhile, in the thick of it all, where everybody's like distracted with being fearful about some virus that they've concocted from somewhere, wanting to vaccinate everybody, which we can control yet again, mandatory vaccinations. And then meanwhile, you've got all these evil bastards being, arrested and all that. The world's come to a standstill, but there's still a lot of shit that's been cleared out. The swamp's been drained, is what I'm trying to say to you. And, it's more than a virus. There's a massive spiritual awakening amongst the masses and so on and so forth. I mean, there's going to be a lot of changes in the future. But, this opening the pubs and letting everyone back out again is only so they can blame us all for a new wave of this coronavirus, which, the majority of the people that get it that are...
You saw her opinion of how this virus came about. You can see why they let us out They let us out so we can go to the pub, so the infection rate can go up, so they can lock us back down, and they can do all of that was a plan. They knew the virus was going to go out, so they let us out to the. Let me say this, right? Here is the master himself. This is the grand wizard himself. Don't blame. Well, you can blame these guys for being dumb enough. However, here's the grand wizard himself.
Democrats are politicizing the coronavirus. One of my people came up to me and said, Mr. President, they tried to beat you on Russia. That didn't work out too well. They couldn't do it. They tried the impeachment hoax. That was not a perfect conversation. They tried anything. They tried it over and over. And this is their new hoax. If we came into this room today and said the battle is over, we have won, it's 100% gone, the Democrats would say the president has done a horrible job. Now,
A hoax. It's politics. 133,000 people? That's a hoax? That's politics?
this is the immune system is so powerful, so strong, but the young and the healthy to safely return to work and to school. We have to open our schools. Open our schools.
Welcome back, guys. Do you know what I like about these people? They always know someone on the inside, don't they? Trump's favorite thing, a friend told him. Someone told him how perfect he was. I hear it a lot. You lot watch the news so much. You should know people that I know. They always know someone on the inside. And I suppose we're the ones who don't know anybody. We know nobody on the inside. These guys, they know all of the geniuses. Hence, my next video. So now, you think what Trump does has no effect? It's already affecting that lady that I just played for you guys, thinking this is all linked to satanic stuff. They're putting satanic I don't know who's I don't shop where she shops. So I know from where I shop, no one puts satanic stuff in my food, but I don't know where she shops. So, and I don't know who she knows on the inside. So whoever's on the inside has told her they're putting satanic stuff in the food. But listen, I should link her, I should connect her with this father and son coming up now, who took Trump's words and turned into a money-making scheme. However, they had to have the clientele. Without the clientele, you have no business. So they were genius enough to search out those folk who also have people on the inside, loads of people on the inside, who were able to tell them that the product they were selling was A+. Take a look.
You of when President Trump floated the idea of injecting disinfectants to knock out coronavirus. And, everybody was like, oh, he's just kidding. He's just being sarcastic. Listen, he wasn't being sarcastic until he got caught saying something stupid. And the problem is, when a president speaks, even Trump, people listen. The proof? Tonight's Americans, okay? They have taken full advantage of that ridiculous and dangerous notion to cash in. And people were buying it and taking it with lethal results. The feds say a Florida father and 3 sons tried to pass off what they call a toxic bleach as a, quote, miracle mineral solution for coronavirus. They're now criminally charged, accused of selling the modern-day snake oil through their so-called religious organization. Prosecutors say the family sold tens of thousands of bottles of that crap with no government approval of any kind. The FDA has gotten reports of life-threatening injuries and, yes, deaths from people taking this cocktail. This is the kind of pernicious, evil scam that can flourish when those in power feed the ignorance over the facts of science. When you make it about what you want people to believe instead of what they should know to be true, things get dangerous. We tell you don't be a sucker. But that message is hard to sell when it's set up against the most powerful man in the world saying the opposite. And then you guys will say this in his defense. Are you blaming him for what these guys did? Here's the answer. Yes.
Welcome back, guys. I'm glad they jailed. However, those are Christians. They were selling that stuff in the name of God. I spoke about this bleach thing a few days ago, one day last week, my last COVID update, when I told you guys people were actually swallowing, or some of them were smart enough to know they shouldn't be swallowing bleach. So what they were doing instead was they was gargling it, and a lot of them was getting burnt throats all the way down to their stomach lining. Well, I never knew about this until last night. This is fresh off the press, guys. The FBI has just arrested them, selling bleach to people, and people are dying. People are taking it. Who are those people? That's that Ohio member of the House of Representatives. Who are those people? That young lady that doesn't believe in masks, think this is all a hoax, and it's all and many of my friends as well, unfortunately. But guys, I want to raise the tempo. It's a weekend. Hell yeah, it's a weekend, guys. So go out there this weekend. It's actually going to be nice. We're out there this weekend protesting, guys. We're out there this weekend collecting, building a coalition for what we're doing. Remember the Million People March coming up on the 30th of August. Look out for more details. Go to our Facebook page, which is the Race Offenders Register Association, as well as our Instagram page, which is the Race Offenders Register petition. So guys, have a fabulous weekend. I'll be bringing you information from Ground Zero of the protests over the weekend, and I'll see you guys back here on Monday. Take care and all the best.